Hey there, guys. Kind of thinking about something I want to run by you. I think it's important for us to be more left, even if we're not that much left. Let's try to unpack this a little bit. I pride myself on being a social democrat. I want socially democratic reforms. I support socially democratic politicians. And I want a social democracy in America. Okay. Nothing controversial. Most Western countries are social democracies or maintain the tenements of social democracy. Okay. I'm saying I need to be more left of this. And you need to be more left of this. Whether you subscribe to anything left of social democracy or not. Because if our endpoint is social democracy, if our top shelf is social democracy, that's going to be chopped in half by a bipartisanship compromise in Washington. So whatever socially democratic reforms we present will be chopped in half by bipartisanship, wrangling, appeasement, and all that stuff. So when we say we want a public option for Medicare, well, that gets chopped down to the ACA. We're just going to do Obamacare. I'll meet you halfway. Instead of having a living wage at $15, which isn't a living wage, but $15 minimum wage, and the Republicans are saying, 10. Why not 10? You understand now? I mean, it's like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm concerned about by not being left enough. Because if our goal is social democracy, we can't present that as our top offer. We have to be left of this. So where the social democracy becomes the compromise. That's what Kyle Kalinske was talking about a week ago or so. He said social democracy is the compromise. And if we're going to get a socially democratic compromise, we have to set standards very high and very left. We have to maximize the economic policies and make them as far left as we can. I'm not saying go full communist, but I am saying make them heavily socialist. Make them very socialist. Like, I don't know how we do that, but that has to be the high bar. So when the bipartisanship compromise comes into play, because it will come into play, that's not a matter of if, it will. The compromise is social democracy. A $15 minimum wage, universal health care, public option at least, just the bare bones. So I have to rethink social democracy being my end all. Okay, presenting that as my top choice for an economic system and political system. I got to change that. I got to go further left. I got to be more socialist. I have to be more hardline socialist. If only for the compromise purpose. And that's what I'm saying. You don't even have to believe in that socialist hardliner way of thinking. You just have to set that as your high bar, knowing the bipartisanship compromise will happen. It's 100% now. And therefore, if your goal is social democracy, that's how we get social democracy. So you're kind of using it as bait in a way. You're using the socialist hardline policy substance that's going to take a bipartisanship slap and it gets downgraded to socially democratic, it's still a capitalist system, but one that's heavily regulated, one that is a big, uh, you know, uh, safety net for the vulnerable, senior citizens, the disabled, veterans, etc. We at least would have that. But I think that's how we get it. That is how we get it, by being hardline socialists, knowing the compromise will come into play and our socially democratic goals will be met. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear them. Have a lovely day.